Skoda has recently launched its much anticipated sub 4 meter SUV, the Kylaq, and at Rs 7.89 lakhs ex-showroom for the base variant Classic. Kylaq is the most affordable vehicle from the brand. Now if you're already following the channel, I've reviewed the Signature, which will be the second base variant after the base variant Classic, and people were curious for the next variant Signature Plus as well. Fortunately, I've got a chance to review these two variants, Signature and Signature Plus, next to each other. So today for you guys, I'm going to compare these two particular variants. I'm going to tell you what's different, what you get and what you don't get. And also I'll be covering the price difference as well. So if you're new to the channel, I'm Rohit, I make automotive content. And if you feel the video was helpful to you, do consider subscribing it and tap on the bell notification to get the latest updates. Now before we get into the comparison, I would like to thank Mahavir Skoda showroom Visakhapatnam branch for providing me these two variants. Alright, first things first, let's start off with the price. Now the white Kylaq over here is the Signature variant and the red one right here is the Signature Plus variant. Now the Kylaq in white, which is the Signature variant, will cost you 9,59,000 rupees ex-showroom for the manual variant. And if you want it in automatic, you have to pay an extra lakh. So that's 10,59,000 rupees ex-showroom. Similarly, if you look at the Signature Plus variant, it will cost you around 11,40,000 rupees ex-showroom for the manual variant. And just like the Signature, you have to pay an extra 1 lakh if you want it in automatic. That's 12,40,000 rupees ex-showroom. So if you compare these two variants, Signature and Signature Plus, there's a price difference of rupees 1.81 lakhs. And you can see the on-road price list on the screen. This is for Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh state. And these on-road prices may vary based on your location and the state you live in. It should more or less be around the same price. This is to just give you a broad idea. Anyways, now let's get into the differences and see where this 1.81 lakhs has been spent on this particular Signature Plus variant over the Signature variant. Let's start off with the exteriors. The front fascia seems to be the same for both these variants. You get this shiny black grille followed by LED headlamps and LED turn indicators and DRLs. And the same goes for the Signature variant here as well. You get the same LED headlamps along with LED turn indicators and DRLs. You get the same shiny black grille along with the silver color skid plate. So the front fascia is almost identical. You can't really tell the difference. Similarly, moving on to the sides, on the Signature Plus variant, you'll be offered with 16-inch silver color alloys with 205/60 section 16-inch tires. And the same silver color 16-inch alloys will be offered in the Signature variant as well. Braking wise, you get disc brakes at the front and drum brakes at the rear. Ground clearance is about 189mm or 18.9 centimeters. You get same body color ORVMs with LED turn indicators. Now the main difference from the sides would be the absence of keyless entry and go function for the Signature variant. Whereas the Signature Plus variant will be offered with the keyless entry and go function for both the driver and the co-driver side as well. Then moving on to the roof, there's no sunroof as such for both these variants. Only the top model Prestige will be offered with a sunroof. You get the same black roof rails on both these variants. But the antenna on the Signature Plus variant is a shark fin antenna. Whereas on the Signature variant, it's just a normal antenna. That's about the sides. Now getting back to the rear section, you get the same elements on both of these cars. You get LED tail lamps over here and the same on the Signature Plus as well. Now the main difference would be the addition of rear parking camera on the Signature Plus variant. Whereas on the Signature variant, you don't get any rear parking camera as such. Other than that, these two variants are pretty similar to each other from the back. You get a couple of rear parking sensors on both of these vehicles. You get a defogger and a high mount stop lamp on the Signature variant. And the same goes for the Signature Plus variant. Now coming to the boot carrying capacity, both of these variants will be offered with 446 liters of boot carrying capacity. But what's different though is the absence of 60-40 split seats for the Signature variant. Meanwhile in the Signature Plus, you'll be having the 60-40 split seats. And coming to the elements in the boot, you'll be having these parcel hooks, trunk light, and a special provision to slot in the parcel tray. And you'll be getting the same elements on the Signature variant as well. So the only major difference is the inclusion of 60-40 split for the Signature Plus variant. Alright, that's about the boot space. Now let's check out the interiors. Let's start off with the Signature variant. The Signature variant is offered with fabric seats. So you get fabric upholstery. You don't get any central armrest, but what you get though are these 3 height adjustable headrests, which is a good thing. And coming to the convenience features, you get rear AC vents, couple of USB C-type charging ports. You get grab rails on the sides, but you don't get any reading lamp in the rear cabin. And coming to the space and the seat comfort, you've got decent knee room and leg room. You got magazine holders along with phone slots as well. And the same magazine pockets have been offered on the driver side as well. You get chrome door handles and huge door pockets for your water bottles. You can easily fit in a 2-liter bottle. Now let's check out the Signature Plus rear cabin. You get chrome door handles, and just like the Signature variant, you'll be offered with fabric seats. But what you get though is the inclusion of central armrest with 2 cup holders, which is something that you don't find it on the Signature variant. Also, just like the Signature variant, you'll be offered with 3 height adjustable headrests. You get LED reading lamps in the rear cabin. Again, something you don't find on the Signature variant. Apart from that, it's almost the same. You get rear AC vents, couple of USB C-type charging ports, grab rails. You get chrome door handles, huge door bins for your bottles. So the rear cabin is almost the same for both these variants, but the only difference is the inclusion of rear armrest for the Signature Plus variant. And also, just like I mentioned earlier, you get 60-40 split seats and the inclusion of LED reading lamps. So that's about the rear cabins of both of these variants. Now let's check out the front cabin as well. Let's start off with the Signature variant. You don't get any keyless entry and go function. Coming to the driver side controls, you get power window switches, child lock or VM controls. Just like the rear doors, you get big door bins for the front doors as well. The driver seat can be adjusted for both the height and the recline angle. Also, just like the rear seats, you get height adjustable headrests for both the front seats as well. Alright, now we are in the cabin, and this is the key fob that will be offered across all the variants. It's basically a flip key. Now coming to the elements in the cabin, you get a 7-inch infotainment touchscreen system. You get the same materials for the dash across all the variants. But what's different though is the color theme. You get light grey color treatment for this particular part on the dash on the Signature Plus variant. Whereas on the Signature variant, it's just flat black finish. Coming to the instrumentation, you get analog dials here. A tachometer on the left and speedometer onto the right. You get a tiny MID in the center for other information. You can set the odometer, trip meter, etc. The steering is a 2-spoke unit and it isn't leather wrapped as such, but it feels nice in the hand. I mean, the compound of the material used is really good. Also, the steering wheel is tilt and telescopic adjustable, and this particular function is standard across all the variants. You get infotainment buttons on the left side and controls for the MID on the right side. Behind the wheel on the left side, you've got the light stalk along with cruise control function, and you've got wiper stalks on the right side. Now moving to the climate controls, you've got manual AC here, and you'll find other car functions on the top. You've got lock switch, auto on off switch, ESC off switch, and all that. You've got some storage space here. Well, this is where you'll be offered with wireless charging pad on the top model Prestige. You get a 12 volts power socket. You've got cup holders right here, followed by slidable armrest in the center. It's fabric padded, and you've got some decent storage space inside. Speaking of storage, the glove box compartment has also got some storage space here. By the way, it has got the cooling function, so it's a cool glove box. Then moving up, you've got mirrors on the passenger side sun visor, and you don't get any mirrors on the driver side sun visor. And also you get reading lamps at the front, but not for the rear cabin. So that's all about the interiors of this Kylaq Signature variant. Now time to check out the Signature Plus variant. You get chrome door handles along with keyless entry and go for both the front doors. As you can see, you've got the same power window switches and all other controls, and the same door bins for both of these variants. Just like the Signature variant, the driver's seat of the Signature Plus variant comes with height adjustment and also with the recline function as well. Only the top variant Prestige will be offered with 6-way power adjustment for both the front seats. Another difference that you find between the Signature and the Signature Plus is the inclusion of automatic function for the headlamps on this Signature Plus variant, which is something that you don't find on the Signature variant. Of course, you get the same LED units for the headlamps. It's just the automatic function. Now the cabin here is little different compared to the Signature variant. Like I've already said in the Signature variant, that this particular part of the dash has been given in flat black. Whereas on the Signature Plus variant, you will be offered with this light grey color finish. Also, the glove box has a separate organizer. Probably it's for your sunglass. By the way, this glove box comes with cooling function just like the Signature variant. Now let's talk about the main differences. You get engine start stop switch, which is something that you don't find on Signature variant. Now the main difference in the price, which is 1.8 lakhs, is pretty evident here. So on the Signature Plus variant, you'll be offered with an 8-inch digital instrument cluster, whereas on the Signature is just the analog dials. Now this particular digital display can be customized with 3 different layouts. You can have a simple speedometer, or you can set it to a tachometer, or else you can just have it this way. The digital speed along with tachometer on the top, and other information which is displayed on the sides. Now moving to the center, another difference is this inclusion of 10-inch infotainment touchscreen system, and this is the same 10-inch unit which will be offered in the top variant Prestige as well. As of now, it's in PDI. Let me show you the clips of the top variant Prestige for your better understanding. This particular infotainment supports wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Then moving down, you've got Climatronics automatic climate control system. You get a touch panel for the AC controls. It's very responsive and easy to use as well. Another difference again is inclusion of two USB C-type charging ports in the front. You get some storage space right here, then followed by a 12 volts power socket. Then just like the signature variant, you get the same keys here. Also you get the same 3 cup holders with rubberized pattern underneath. You get slidable armrest with some storage space. Then moving your way up, you've got manual dimming IRVM, the same sun visors on the Signature and this Signature Plus variant. And also you get the LED units for the reading lamps as well. By the way, just forgot to tell you the steering column. Well, you get the same 2-spoke steering wheel, but it's leather wrapped on this particular Signature Plus variant. And it feels very premium in the hand. And you'll find the same cruise control function on the left side light stalks, and on the right you've got the wiper stalks. Also the steering column is tilt and telescopic adjustable. So these are the main differences between the Kylaq Signature and the Signature Plus variant. Now coming to the engine options, well, this particular 4-meter SUV, this Kylaq is offered with a 3-cylinder 1000cc petrol engine. And this particular engine produces 114 bhp of max power and 178 Nm of peak torque. And is mated to a 6-speed manual and a 6-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission as well. And coming to the fuel efficiency figures, the manual variants are said to return 19.68 km per litre, while the automatic variants are claimed to return 19 km per litre with a 45-litre fuel tank. Alright, now the real question here is, which should you buy, or rather, which one is right for you? Well, the answer is simple. It's just based on your priorities. So people who are okay with not having a rear parking camera and who needs all the basic features like the 7-inch infotainment, and if you are okay with not having a 60/40 split seat or an armrest in the rear cabin, then you can just go for the Signature variant. It just makes more sense. The only drawback is not having a rear parking camera. But apart from that, if you really feel the need of 10-inch infotainment or the digital instrument cluster, or just even say the 60/40 split or the rear armrest, along with some good touches like the leather wrap steering, all that, etc., you can just go for the Signature Plus variant. So that's all about this comparison review. Hope you liked it. If so, consider giving it a like and share it with your friends and family. Thank you so much. Drive safe and have a nice day.